Hi guys, it's Anthony. Well, I guess you don't know who I am. My name's Anthony Hall. I am just a lonely old little gay drinking my little glass of wine. I'm just kidding. But today I wanted to talk to you about my coming out story. I was watching last night. I stayed up like way too late. I was up until like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was just watching a bunch of YouTube videos, and I've been wanting to make videos for like the longest time now, and I just did not know where to begin. Well, I was watching Troye Sivan, and he is so adorable, but I was watching his coming out story, and I was really touched because he had a really great experience as far as it was very positive and his family embraced him. I had a somewhat similar experience, but mine was a lot more dramatic. When I was, how old was I? I was probably 14, 15 going into 16. So it would have been like my sophomore year going into my junior year of high school. It was in the summer, and I was sleeping or sitting in my room of some sort, and I just remember, like, my room is off of where, like, the computer room is, and I just remember, like, MySpace was a big thing back then, because I'm old. But, yeah, so I was sitting in my room, and I just remember hearing, like, my brother. I have two brothers and a sister, and I'm the oldest. And I just remember hearing, like, my brother right underneath me, just, like, going onto my MySpace, and I made the mistake of putting that I was bisexual as my orientation on MySpace. I didn't really think that my family would ever find it, nor would they ever be on MySpace. Well, I guess siblings grow up. Cheers to that. But I just remember, like, my house was like filled with like people. Like, it was the summertime, so my house was kind of like the house that everybody gathered at, and my brother was just like, "Oh my God, look at Anthony's profile. It says that he's bisexual. Dad, look at this. I can't believe this. Blah blah blah." And so I just remember, like, getting up and, like, I just threw on clothes and I just stormed out of the house. As I'm walking out of the house, everybody's like, "Where are you going? Blah, blah, blah." And I was just like, "Fuck off. I don't care. Piss off. Leave me alone." But, yeah, so I was like, I grabbed a bag. I was like, I'm leaving. Like, I'm out of here. I'll figure it out. Whatever. And then, so I end up starting to walk. Like, I don't know where I was going. I just ended up going. And my mom was coming home, and she ended up seeing me on the side of the road, and she stopped, obviously. And she was just like, "Anthony, what's wrong? You look upset." And I was like, "Mom, I have something to tell you." And I just, like, broke down crying. I was just like, "I don't know what to do. They're so mean to me, blah, blah, blah." So I ended up telling my mom, "Mom, I think I'm bisexual." And she just started crying. And she's like, "Okay, well, let's talk about this, and we're going to go home." And I was like, "I don't want to go home. I don't want to be anywhere near that place." And so we end up going home and talking about it as a family. All the people that were at my house were like, "You need to leave." It was just a couple of the neighbors, I guess. The neighbor kids. And so my dad, like, diffused the situation. He's like, "You guys don't know what you're talking about, whatever." But we went home and we talked about it, and like, we had a family meeting. And we sat and kind of talked about it. My parents were like, "Okay, well, if you're not quite sure what you are or who you want to be, just, keep it to yourself as of right now. Just don't tell anybody until you feel comfortable." And I said, "Okay." So that whole year went by, and I just kind of kept it in, and I was like a really in a middle place. Like I was kind of a loner, but then I had, I had friends, but nobody that I really trusted besides one person. And that was my best friend, Elizabeth. And I'm sure eventually along the lines you'll see her in a bunch of my videos. She's crazy. But me and Liz used to work at Subway together in town, and we would always be like the closers and stuff like that after school, or after school job when we were like 16. And I don't remember this conversation, but I vaguely remember it, like goes in and out. But we just talked about this the other week, and I don't remember. I think we were talking about boys being cute, and she was talking about a celebrity or somebody, and then I just end up saying, yeah, he is cute. And then we just kind of both laughed about it, and then it was like, I'm pretty sure I'm bisexual. And then, but deep down inside, I knew I was gay. I am attracted to girls in the sense of, oh my god, like, look at that girl over there. She's really pretty. And I would rather be her friend than stick it in. But, I guess it's kind of vulgar. I'd rather be her friend than, be her boyfriend. And, with guys, I was always like, okay, he's really, really cute. And I really want to see, I would love to date that. I would love to be with that. But I grew up in a small town, not a whole lot going on here. I'm from Minnesota. It's, it's boring. There were like 3,000 people when I moved here, 6,000 by the time I graduated. It was, my graduating class, like 87 people, something like that, 84. But, yeah, it was really small. Everybody knew everybody's business. Everybody dated everybody. If you weren't dating that person, that's probably because you were related to that person. So, yeah, my family, we're not originally from there, but it was just kind of crazy that how it all happened. But fast forward about 4 years, maybe. Yeah, 4 years. I was probably sophomore in college. Junior. Sophomore, junior in college, and I was on a volleyball retreat with my sister and my mom. My sister was playing volleyball, and it's me and my mom and my sister, and we were driving up to St. Cloud, Minnesota for this tournament. It was like a weekend-long tournament, and like one of my really good friends, Sarah, was my sister's coach. So I went up there to help chaperone and just to hang out with her, like when they weren't playing or whatever. So we were in the car ride, just jamming out, and it's quite the distance from where my family is from to St. Cloud, and it was a nice little car ride, and me and my mom were just talking. We were talking about love and marriage and all this stuff, and she was asking me, like, could you see yourself, where do you see yourself, and down along the lines and stuff like that. And I was like, to be honest, Mom, I don't find myself ever marrying a woman. I don't find myself being in a relationship that way with another woman. I go, I love women, and I can appreciate the beauty of a woman, as should every individual in the world, no matter if they're thick or thin or, tall or small. It doesn't matter. They're beautiful inside and out. And I told her that, and I go, I love the idea of being with a man for the simple reason is, I feel secure, and I think that I don't know, it's just something in me, and it's unexplainable, but I kind of explain the situation as, when I said I was bisexual, I probably am a little bisexual for the simple fact is, I view love as an entity of, it doesn't matter what you have going on downstairs in your pants or on your chest. Love is defined by how you interact with somebody and how you love, how they show you love and how you receive love and show them love and how they receive love. So it's a communication between two people. And some people are more But for me, it's between one and another person. And I just kind of explained that to my mom, is that, you know what, I see love not by sex, but by that emotional connection with somebody. And if they can treat me well, that's all I ask for. So I just told her that sexual attraction does play a lot in it, but that's not my, that's only part of it. So we just talked, and I just told her, Mom, I'm gay. And there were some tears, but there was a lot of laughter, and that was a really great weekend. And then it was just kind of funny because my dad didn't really, it's not that he didn't accept it, it's just that he didn't understand. I didn't feel like he understood. And as I got older, he was more accepting of me. Me and my dad have always been really close, and my parents are like my best friends. But my dad was really hard on me when I was like between middle school and high school. I don't know why, he just always was, and it kind of hurt me a little bit, but it just made me stronger. But he always showed me love still too, and I can appreciate that. And I was really, really scared to tell my family, and how it just happened. My family they probably always already knew, because, honey, my closet is fabulous. I always like to say I wasn't in the closet because my closet had glass doors to showcase how fabulous my wardrobe was. But for the most part, I had a pretty good experience, because now my dad is more apt to ask me questions, and he's curious about it. And here in Minneapolis, we have like one of the biggest Pride celebrations. I think there were like 110,000 people in one location, one small location, like last year, 2 years ago. And I've had the pleasure of walking in the Pride Parade for the last 2 years with my job. At one of the restaurants I work at, I'm a server. I work at 2 restaurants, and I go to school. And I got to walk in the Pride Parade. And 2 years ago, I just walked. I wore like my board shorts that were kind of like multicolored, so it represented, the flag, rainbow. And I wore like my work, like baseball tee or baseball jersey with like my number and my name on the back of it, being all sporty and trying to be cute. And then last year for Pride, I got to dress and drag. That was really, really fun. I can probably link pictures somewhere, or you can go find them on my Facebook page because they're on there. I also have like a fan page too for you guys that I'm starting to build, so bear with me with that one. I also have Twitter and Tumblr and Instagram, and I can put all the links down low in the description. But I got to dress and drag, and I wore like 4-inch heels through the whole freaking parade, and my feet were just killing me. I was like, honey, I need a drink after this because it's hot as hell. It was the weekend before my birthday, so that's in July. So this was the end of June, the last weekend of June, and it was hot. Granted, last year we had snow until June, but between that couple of weeks, it got really, really hot, really, really fast. So, when you sweat your eyebrows off, that means you're having a good time. But, yeah, it was a crazy experience, and my dad actually came both years. And the first year, he's like, Anthony, do you think that I could walk in the parade with you with your work? Because it's open to not just employees, but friends and family as well. And that alone, for my dad to be able to ask me to do something like that was phenomenal, and it was crazy, and I truly loved it, and it made me proud to call him my dad once more. He's always makes me proud to call him my dad, but my mom is very, very supportive of me too, and she's always trying to pry and ask questions. I'm like, Mom, don't ask questions you don't want answers to. Trust me. But she is very supportive. We're both hairdressers, so, well, at least that's what I go to school for, and my mom is a hairdresser also. So we've been in the industry for quite some time, and there's a lot of gays. A lot of gays in the industry, which I absolutely love, and it's such a welcoming community, and that's kind of my coming out story, I think. I had a really, really hard time with, my brothers. Me and my sister are two peas in a freaking pod. You'll see her all the time. But my brother's a really, really tough goal, because one of my brothers, he's kind of homophobic towards me, just in general, and it took him a really long time to grow up, if you would, and he is turning into a man that I can respect and that I appreciate to have in my life, and he's my little brother, so I can't ask for any more than that, because I love him unconditionally. And then my other brother, he's kind of in the same boat, but he's a high school boy. I don't know how high school boys were back in the day, but how they are now, they're kind of pricks. But it's a lot's changed for me, and I just can't wait to progress and become a more better evolved individual and a better well-rounded person. And being gay is just a part of me, and there's a lot of kids that don't get the opportunities that I've had, or and anything like that. There's a lot of sadness and a lot of hurt. And one of my missions in life is to really try to deflect that for young adults and, kids. One of my biggest goals that I've been thinking about working on is promoting for runway shows and benefit concerts and stuff like that. And one of my big goals is to help benefit kids, gay youth, and making sure that there's communication and safe houses and things like that, and making sure that if they're in an abusive home, that they can find a place that's safe for them, or where they can just push through it and have somebody to talk to, because that's something that I never got. I never had an older gay person or mentor or anybody to talk to. I really had myself, and I'm one of the fortunate people where I didn't let my depression and my sadness take over and consume my life, and I really pushed through it. And it was really nice to have a couple people on my side, like my best friend Elizabeth and a handful of other people, and really good parents, to really help me through it, because it was really, really tough, and it is going to be really, really tough for people. But it, just as long as at the end of the day that it, like everybody says, it does get better, and there is a happy light at the end of the really long, dark tunnel. But once you reach it, there's nothing that can stop you, and you're absolutely going to fall in love and be happy, and you're probably going to be happier than a lot of other people, because you've had to fight for it and you've had to work for it. So that's my message to all my little younger gays, gays and lesbians and all the things alike. I'm here to support you. So if you have any questions or any comments or concerns or anything like that, feel free to message me. I want to hear from you. My screen name for my Instagram is Ant 3.0, so it's going to be ANT3PT0. And that's the same for my Twitter at Ant 3.0. And so Instagram, Twitter, my Tumblr, same thing. And Facebook, you can find me at Anthony Hall, or www.facebook.com forward slash or backslash, whatever you call it, Anthony Hull. So yeah, that's my Facebook, and then this is my new YouTube channel. So I'm gonna probably just sit here and talk to the camera and think of more things to talk about and get used to it, because it's kind of frightening and it's kind of weird, and I can't wait to meet all of you and let YouTube and my internet life and social media really explore, and it's a new path, and I'm really excited. So I want to leave you with one thing, and this will kind of be like my outro, and I hope to say it at most ends of my vlogs, but just remember that even when it's cloudy, the sun's still shining. And that's not a quote that I came up with, but I heard it from a friend, my friend Megan, and she's a very special person, so I thought it kind of sticks. So I'll call you my little rays of sunshine, and always remember that even when it's cloudy, the sun's still shining, and you can always look towards a better day. Okay, thanks for joining me. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.